doesn't know anything about Indonesia? No, everybody know about Indonesia, yeah? Everybody knows about Indonesia, yeah? Okay, so I don't think I have to explain Indonesia right now, but I want to inform you about challenges that feminists face in alliance building in Indonesia. Cause are more emphasis how the connection between the national level and the local level, so I will focus on the women's movement and social movement. So, when I have discussed with other feminists in Indonesia, whether from national and local level, everybody has ideal view that women movement is part of social movement. The relation has to be synergy with mutual support and contribution. The feminist perspective, like values, issues, and approaches, become the perspective of the social movement. The reality is different. Although the feminist and social movement has a collaboration during the fall of Suharto in 1999, and even known as a pioneer.
Is it the next?
The next. Yes, this one. Yeah. Even women's movement has known as a pioneer during the Suharto regime's fallen. Now it's clear that feminist movement acts on its own and it's almost disconnected from other movements on feminist values, perspective, and issue. Look at the diagram and the orange circle show that the priority issues of feminist movement after Suharto regime, there are at least two priority. One is the domestic violence, and then the other one is political participation. Although domestic violence and political participation are important issues for democratization and human rights, the other social movement sees domestic violence as an exclusive to women interest and antagonistic to the men. While women demand for 30% representative in the parliament was seen as a sign of weakness of women when women wants to compete with men. So this shows that the temporary collaboration when facing the same enemy did not last.
Next slide.
Next slide. Why? First, it's related to the history. Social movement in Indonesia, including women movement, focusing on the challenge of the authoritarian regime of the state. When the enemy was overthrown, no other common enemy, it makes difference of collaboration. Patriarchy is not seen as a common enemy. The second reason is Indonesian human rights discourse has some assumption that human rights is the public arena are more important than rights in domestic arena. Women issues are seen as belonging to domestic arena. Hence, micro issues not important. Gender bias is still there in human rights discourse. For example, the rejection of gender quota in political participation is one indicator. Besides, no understanding of affirmative action is also an indicator. It broke inconsistency because affirmative action are accepted in subsidies for the poor, but not for women. The third, many activists see the feminist movement is too radical. Feminists challenge men not only in the domestic, but also in the public arena. Although feminist movement did not have support from the other social movement, the feminist movement successfully brought about change. For example, one the issue of domestic violence and political participation. They brought about change in political opinions and state level. For example, in local and national level, there are new policies, institutions, budgets, and programs has been set up. There are at least three factors. First is the successful to mobilize of women's group at all levels, like classes, religious, and social status to support the action. Second,